In 5 minutes time now, at the top of the hour, we get the University of Michigan Sentiment Survey. It's the October final.
I think we have a Michigan of Sentiment Survey.
54.5 on the prior, 55, with a range of 55.5 to
10 a.m. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5-year inflation expectations forecast 3.7%, unchanged from the prior as well. Conditions forecast 60.8 from the prior 61. And expectations forecast 50.9 on the prior 51.2. After says the government shutdown could drop GDP by 10% each week. Asset has now ended his remarks on politics.
Sorry for the any issues with the indicator, guys. And the announcement, you just need to re-add it to your chart for now. Check the announcements. If you haven't checked the announcements, usually if there's an issue with something and everybody's talking about it, you just got to check the announcements. It will be addressed with further instructions. They can't upload in flight? Is there like that's interesting. I didn't know that. Is that because like there's a blocker or whatever, a jammer on the flight so people can't use the internet while on Air Force One? That would make sense. So nobody can track them. That makes sense. Juan, it's in the announcements channel, strangely enough. Yep. Continues to trade right in here, guys. I take strike. Reset. I don't know what happened there.
Asset says Trump and China's President Xi are great friends. So now Asset speaking to reporters following the interviews with Fox. White House Economic Advisor Asset on Trump-Xi meeting next week.
We've actually been getting some pretty good setups. That was a fade value area extreme off the upper band and the candle upper band, along with the value area high of the distribution. That was a good setup. Short right there. Sorry I missed it. All right, we had the long here.
With some Chinese actions.
Short here.
One more remaining. With the University of Michigan.
All right, news dropping. We got 50 seconds. We got news.
As it says, there has been some thawing in recent days with China.
No, KJ. Michigan is not government data. It's the University of Michigan, I believe. Yeah. So that's not federal. It's only federal data.
10 seconds.
No, Sarah, that's not correct. Right. So the federal government is shut down. So only federal data is locked out. There's a lot of data we get that is not from the federal government.
53,
So
6 low in forecast 54.5. 1 year inflation 4.6%, 4.6% as expected. 5 year 3.9% though, 3.9%.
So news just dropped, CPI came out, all of these things.
Expectations at 53, lower than expected, and conditions at 58.6.
Right. If you can post a link to that, Saurav, post the link. Otherwise, I want to be careful of misinformation in here. Okay, so, but guys, we were talking about news in general, not just CPI, right? So now the conversation's getting convoluted.
White House Economic Advice asset on Canada Trade says there are frustrations over the lack of flexibility. And asset says the inflation numbers were fantastic.
But if they come to an agreement and the government gets reopened, is there still no inflation data next month? Likely not be an inflation. Okay, so it says likely will not be. So it may be, it might not be. We don't know. It's not a no, it's not a yes. Likely not.
We have posted the University of Michigan final October report on the theme today as interest.
A lot can happen between now and then. Then why are we talking? If you guys. Everybody calm down. All right, we're back up to all-time highs here, right? Are we going to grind through this? We have a divergence on the delta. But that's not uncommon at all-time highs, right? There's a lot of selling at all-time highs, people taking profits. Doesn't mean it's not going to go higher. But price is rejecting here. I think this is a dip buy opportunity, actually. We'll see. Long at 08. Little scalp there. Yep. Dip buy planning out so far.
Asset pronounced if the China trade deal comes by November 1st, says we'll see. Asset now ends his remarks for the third time this morning.
It is a spooky area. I agree with you. We can flush hard out of here. The divergence says lower. All right, the grindy behavior in chart says higher. So, you know, when you have mixed signals like that, often it's best to sit on our hands and wait for a better Set up. It did seem like a good dip buy opportunity though, because now the behavior is getting very grindy out of this breakdown right here, right? So it's going to try and leave this value area. So now what we want to watch for is excess price and a rejection again, like that.
AI bubble fear. Again, Bank of England probes data center lending amid AI bubble fears.
All right, somebody just got dumped on and they're buying it back up again. Crazy.
Bank of England is reviewing lending to data centers that are one-way bet on the future to artificial intelligence. So the Bank of England has already called out the market risks from a surge in the valuations of firms in the industry, warning of the dangers of a sharp correction in expectations around the impact of AI.
Whoa, craziness.
Now, the central bank's attention is moving to the links between AI companies and the financial sector, according to people with knowledge of the matter. Although lending is small at the moment, with much of the early construction works funded by equity, it's expected to grow significantly. About $5.2 trillion worth of spending is required globally through 2030 to keep up the demand for.
Tell you what, bears are salivating here. Close it. There goes higher. Now is that just a stop out? Or do we get higher out of it? Gross. This is tricky stuff right here. Gross. That was a 15-point rejection wick. The orders are very thin. We'll wait. There is the short now finally. Or are they just going to grind it up? Here we go. It's about 10 points here. Now we do have like this ascending channel, right? So buyers are probably looking right here to buy it up. It's got a crack. Very grindy. No, and that's not uncommon, Tony, at all-time highs to get significant divergences that give poor signals because there's so much profit taking and buying at the same time at all-time highs. You can get some really wacky delta reads. Looks like they're trying to push it higher beyond 540. Okay, let's I'm gonna wait for more information. This is very grindy at this point.
US Treasury 10-year yield rises after consumer sentiment was up around 1.2 basis points at 4%. That's the 10-year yield at 4%.
I'm gonna go ahead and take my payout here, guys. So this is a 50K XFA I've been working on. It's up to about 4K. 5 profitable days. I can request 1966, almost 2 grand. I'm gonna take it out through. I think I have both actually. I'll probably do the Wise account. I think it's faster. So I'll do Wise. And just make sure no personal information gets revealed here on stream. Let's see, wise.com. Gmail. There it is. Submitted. They took some money out. So I get $1,770 from Topstep on this one. And a 50K. So just wanted to show you guys that. Back to trading. If you use the Wise, it's like 1 business day. It's super fast. Usually gets approved in a business day or 2, and then you get it in a business day or 2. Now, I don't want to make the stream about my profits, my account, but it's important that you guys know that profits are being taken, payouts are getting received, what it looks like, that it's doable. I think it keeps people motivated.
Canadian dollar extends its decline, down 0.3% against the US dollar.
Yeah, we're not currently a great spot to take a trade here. We're kind of in a low volatility grind right now since we had this nice sell off here. Now we're kind of just grinding out of that hole. And we're at all-time highs, right? This is tough conditions to trade for me anyway. Thanks, Joshua. And do you want to take an orb breakout with a CVD divergence and at the top of a well-established distribution since news? Sounds like flushacito potential to me. And what orb are we talking about? It looks like it already broke the opening range here, right? And rejected multiple times. So why not fade it, right? We got the top end of a distribution. We have a LVN. We have yesterday's extension all lined up for a nice short there. But, you know, at all-time highs, I don't love that trade, right? If it goes higher, it can go higher aggressively. We're trading in a very tight distribution area here. So if we create our own little distribution, it's right up here between 20 and 40. Right? In the macro distribution, we're battling with value area high. We could continue to flesh this distribution out to the upside, or we can continue to rotate in it. And if we break it to the downside, we can get an aggressive flush. I do think there's pretty good asymmetrical risk opportunity up here, but you know, it's grinding up, man. Every little sell-off is being bought up. Held upper band right there. This is an anchored volume profile, anchored to the news candle here. And so is this black VWAP, anchored VWAP. Man, I'm short at 27 3/4. I got risk at all-time highs. I'm looking for a return to the point of control, 500. The trade I like. Could we easily pop up higher? Yes. That's why we have a stop. The LVNs, the L orange ones, these always come from the composite. Here we go. Nice. So about 10 points here, looking for a return to 500. There it goes. Almost there. Come on. Let's get a little more continuation. Don't make me stop out of this beautiful trade. My profit target's at 2.5. Come on now. Still in it, still holding. Fighting over freaking 2 points here. 500 is New York VWAP. So the problem is everybody's looking to buy 500. Still holding short from 27 3/4. This could be it. There it is, filled. Filled me to the tick. Let's see if it gets more downside. I just think there's a lot of buyers looking to get involved here. Struggling, man. We got a point of control down here at 92 or 500. You know, if they're going to try and keep this thing higher, 500 is the buy spot. So if I were a buyer, I'd probably be looking to get long right here. Nice, Tony. Good trade as well. I want to get too greedy. Buyers are looking to get involved on this thing, and we're at all-time highs, so just be careful. Don't get greedy with your shorts. It's contrarian trade. Be right back. So my fill was at 2.5. That's literally, we went to 2.25, I believe. Could be a bigger fade here. It's not happening fast. Everything is slow and grindy at this point. What's our volatility at? We're at a 16, guys. We've dropped 2 full points in the last couple of days. We're back to very low volatility conditions. Just like that. All right, back to the candle. News candle, VWAP here. $500. Took the long for maybe a little scalp. Hopefully we get it. Flat. So when I take a position, guys, I'm looking for a bounce. If I don't see the buyers stepping in immediately, I don't hear it on tick strike. I don't, or the sound dying on tick strike. I hear more sellers. I'm watching the cumulative delta. I can still see the aggressive market orders. Right? I scratch. I'll get in at a better location. Or I'll wait for the buyers to step in. Some sign. All right, this looks weak still. And it might stay grindy, JP. This might be the day we're going to have. This might be it. Friday. Very good. There we go. I'll take that. So some sign of buying on the tick here. Here we go. Boom. All right, so that's an example of using my immediate order flow tools like tick strike and the delta to wait for good confirmation, and I got it. Buyers stepping in. The tick is usually early, right? So this one down here at the bottom, this is usually my leading indicator, but there might be some buying stepping in. And we can get a little pop. I don't mind panic lockouts, Roadrunner, especially on a Friday. Right? Nobody wants to go into the weekend on a losing streak. It's the worst. You'll find me sitting at dinner, just staring off into the distance, and they'll go, Drysdale, what's wrong? I go, I took a loss on Friday. I'm still thinking about it. I had a red Friday. All right, we have an IB. Initial balance is live. I won't be the same all weekend, guys. I'll be thinking about the stupid moves I made on Friday. That's why we call it Capital Preservation Friday. I didn't coin that term, but it is a great term, and I love it. Nice, Allie. And the learning never stops, Jimmy. It never ends. I am still learning. This is one of those things that there's levels. And, you know, getting to level 10,000, I'll probably never get there, right? And that's fine by me. I'll never be the Michael Jordan of trading. But I'm perfectly happy being a B string player for the Knicks that plays 5 games a year but still makes $2 million. Yep, I'm good with it. Which I think it's funny where people like, you know, I mean, it's not funny, but you have these like traders that put up these ridiculous numbers and people are like, this is the person I got. Who can relate to that? You know, I feel like you need to relate to someone. How did you get that first payout, right? That's what most people are struggling with, not how to make $50,000 a month, right? What the guy is doing to make $40,000 a month, I can assure you as a beginner, is not going to be what you need to do to get your first payout. The guy who's making 50K in payouts, he's got probably a lot of capital at this point. He can take bigger losses and manage bigger positions. Greg, noble go, Greg. It looks like we might have some acceleration to the downside here. Delta is starting to weaken significantly. We could start looking for shorts here if we hold below this VWAP. I think we might start fleshing this out to the downside. We'll see. Now we are at the value area low, so I'm not looking to sell the low. I do want a bit of a bounce to hedge my risk here. All right, coming back to the point of control and VWAP. All right, let's see what happens here. Do we get a bigger rotation up or do we get some continuation to the downside? The delta is still looking pretty weak. So we want to sell the pops a bit here if they work. All right, let's see if we can create a risk area. Hopefully this isn't the beginning of the next rotation up. All right, that would screw us up pretty good. But if things fundamentally change, we got to get out. 500. Back to 500 here. Point of control at 500. Some type of indication that we'll get some more downside. Or otherwise, this is an anemic bounce. And the fade continues. Back under 500. Do have a little bit of a low volume node here at 86. I'd like to see it flush through. Kind of like that. Right at it. Still holding. We got to sell through it. There it goes. Nice. Let's go. All right, we wanted to sell the pop. We didn't want to just short right into the value area low. We wanted to get the bounce, short the bounce. I'm already out. Nice trade. Okay, now we're just chopping around the point of control. The distribution continues. That was the buy spot, right? That's why we don't want to short into the bottom, right? We got to wait for some type of bounce to go short to manage our risk against. I don't want to just chase it short until you get trapped and squeezed. Nice, Jimmy. Good for you. Man, what a liquidation long short squeeze on Bitcoin, guys. Crazy. I haven't been trading crypto lately, and I apologize to anybody who's copy trading me, but I'm quite inactive. I don't like the price behavior that's been panning out in crypto. Nastiness. Just liquidations everywhere. Exactly, Sebastian. I'm going out to dinner tonight with my wife. All right. I want to celebrate a nice evening after a rough week. We lost our cat this week. I want to go out. I had a good week of trading. Shut it down. I'll be sticking around for another 45 minutes at least, as we call the market. I would probably wait for higher than the bands, personally, if I was going to short at this point. That's just me. I don't want to talk anybody out of a trade. All right, we've been chopping around the upper bands, so I don't think they make great trade locations anymore. We have an even bigger divergence on the delta here. It does look good for a short, to be honest, on the delta. But it keeps going higher. I have no position. I'm watching. Major divergence. It's somewhat of a bullish divergence, to be honest, because we have a supported bid here. Not enough aggressors to drive it higher, but that price goes higher. So what does that tell us? We have accumulation taking place on the bid. Lots of volume. We do have aggressors. Green candles on the delta. Just not a lot of them. Tells me we have passive buyers supporting the bid. So be careful with your shorts.
Russia's run as an oil refinery halted key processing units on Thursday following a drone attack, according again to sources.
That's an all-time high, Madonna. Just be careful. If this thing breaks all-time highs, every short in the market is going to stop out. Every weekended short. You get a hell of a stop run. Imagine how many people have their short stops at all-time highs. Low volume pullback, micro dip, seems to be bought up. Indicative of grindy up action.
Says we need to agree to finish the job on frozen Russian assets.
There you go. Seller stepped in there. Let's see if that gets bought up. Oof. Nice. Yeah, Jimmy, you longed right into value area high in the distribution. It's okay, you'll learn. Just like I didn't want to short here. This was the low. So I waited for the bounce and then I hit it short for that. So if you still think long, this is the place to buy. Not here. I'm not saying get back in. But if I was looking long, I'd wait for that flash sell-off. Because they'll typically buy it right back up and bring it higher. Hey, Carlos, it's in the toolkit here. I think anybody who's trying to catch continuation moves is not paying attention to the price action we've had within this distribution. You guys are predicting contextual shifts instead of trading the market we're in, which is a balanced market inside of a distribution that we formed since the news candle. Principle right out of the core setup guide. This is balanced price action, balanced. Oh, for sure. Tony, imagine all the people that have stops above high of day. When it does, but everybody's thinking it's going to happen, and everybody's getting trapped, right? Oh, we're going. I'm going to buy, and then they flush you. Oh, it's going. I'm going to buy, and then they flush you. Oh, it's going. I'm going to buy, and then they flush you. I mean, how many times does it need to happen? Right? This is why one of the greatest tools we have in the VWAP Wave system is we have ways of telling whether we're in a balanced market or not. Right? I have my volume profile, right? Not just the VWAP bands. Okay? The VWAP, the volume profile is telling me the story of the structure of the auction, right? And I know that we are in a balanced market right here. And until we break and hold to either one side or the other, not just peak above it, right? Acceptance, time or distance out of this distribution for continuation plays. Otherwise, we're going to continue trading in this balance area. Core principle. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. The principles come before the setups, right? Nail the principles. Then you'll get the setups. And then you'll get the execution, right? In that order. You're not going to get good setups or executions if you don't have the principles down. You're not going to get good execution if you don't have the setups. So there's prerequisites to this. That's correct, Nick. We'll go into price discovery or continuation until we discover a new balance area. You know, let's say we come down here and then it could start, and that's our new balance area. So we're going to be in price discovery one way or the other to discover another one of these bad boys. Maybe bigger, maybe smaller, maybe wider, maybe tighter. At this point, I'd probably like to see the Globex VWAP be tested. The delta is not looking pretty for longs anymore. It's looking like a giant fade out of the open. But, you know, this would be the spot. It's been the spot. But eventually, guys, this thing's going to break out of this distribution. So just be prepared to manage your risk. We take the trade until it doesn't work anymore. Now, I would like to, we are getting some. The delta is interesting here. This is a real low volume sell-off here. So I'll take a bite. Long at 73.5, room to add. Let's see what happens at 450. Okay, it's coming down a little lower here. Coming down to 57 is Globex VWAP. Seller's still pretty heavy here. It's the first time we're touching Globex VWAP since the news. Hopefully that was not just it. It's very possible it was, but we'll see. Okay, out. Here's IB low. Could be a good place to reposition. So everybody who's longed since the open is now break even or red. We have a big low volume area between 25 and 400. I'm long at 44. About 10 points here. See if it breaks above VWAP here. That could be key. Break and reclaim. VWAP trap. Out another one. I still got one at 44. Nice. 20 points here. I might go for the bigger hold. There we go. 20 points. About 100 ticks here on 1 mini left. And I'm out. All right, Tyler, that's progress. Excellent. Good trading, guys, if you were able to nail that. That was not easy. I stopped out and got back in. I actually had a pretty good stop out. Still looks good, long. Back in, 70. Flat. Still like it. See if we get a back test. Heck yeah. Long at 66.5. Flat. This is a tricky spot right here. I would say long over short, but anything could happen. Obviously, the trade was down here. Trying to get in over here is tough. Still holding. I mean, we just had a 100-point move, Bruno. In 10 minutes. We sold off by 100 points. I don't think that's dead. All right. Like the long. Let's get some more continuation. Come on, push this thing. Oh, that was the trap for the Bulls. Or are they going to buy that dip? Nice. Come on now. See you, John. See ya. Sorry, Cosman. I was trading on Tradevate and I had a Topstep X. I didn't realize. I'm back to Topstep X. But I'm about done trading for today at this point. It's Friday. Took a payout. Hit profit target at my apex and my top one. Yeah, the problem is when we trade in these balance areas, when you guys wait for confirmation, instead of just trading the level, you get trapped, right? Oh, it's going up, you get trapped. Oh, it's going down, it gets trapped. And really, we're just trading in a tight balance area. And as soon as you realize that's happening, you need to get out. Because now what seemingly was a good trade is now just you're diddling in the middle. Or you got trapped to one buying the high or the low of the value area. Because now we have another clear zone building right here, right? That's what my video is going to be about today, guys. Not diddling in the middle. Or if you realize that you're positioned now in the middle of a HVN to get out. Diddle thou not. Diddle we must not. Right? So I bet people just bought that, right? Thinking that, we're going higher. Instantly red when you do that. Yeah, I would say NQ is still holding the bottom of the range as well. Dow is back up to approaching highs. Okay, buyers stepping in convincingly there. Let's see if they can push it through this high volume node and through the VWAP again. Or whether it's another trap. Nice. We got to get above this. We get above 92, we're going back to 500. Let's get above 92. Come on. It's trying. Rejected? Or are they going to buy this up? IB mid and also CPI VWAP. I don't know. I don't think so, David. I still have a long bias from here. We have to break above 92, though. Once we get above 92, I think we'll be going to 500 and above. I'm long at 85.5. Not a great price point to be long, but I think we're going above. There we go. Break above 92. See if they can hold it.
Crude exports via the CPC pipeline.
I still think higher. Here goes. 500 next stop. $500 is going to be another area to break. If we get above it, guys, we could take another stab at all-time highs. Flushed out all the week longs. Back up we go. I'm still long at 85.5 here. 15 points at 500. If we get above 500, 510 next stop. We do have a little low volume node here to contend with. We can cut through it fast, though. Let's see what happens. Still long at 85. I'm about 20 points up here. Bulls are picking up their pace. I'll take profits at 510. I'll take it right here. Done. 25-point banger, 100 ticks long. All right, guys. That's going to be it for me. Just reading the auction, guys. Not predicting. The structure tells me everything I need to know. I know a lot of people look at this and are like, how the hell? What is going on this screen? But there's a lot of great information here, guys. Tells me a lot of information, and the better you get at processing it and putting it all into a story of what's happening in the auction, you guys can start catching really nice moves and reliable levels to trade off of. Know when your idea is invalidated. right? We went all the way back up, value area high. Right? These are all just based on the principles. Let's do a giveaway for everybody who stuck around. Payout Friday for me. I'll share the love a little bit. Awesome, Gareth. You've been trading awesome. All right, I'll be giving away a top one trading account. Also, top one's doing 55% off. Actually, they say it's 50%, but I believe you get 55% with my code. Code is Drysdale on top one futures. I'm currently trading 150K funded account. I hit this last night trading Globex. I'm up 7,500 in this account. On top one, instant funded, 50% off these, 55% off these with Drysdale. Code Drysdale. So I'm going to mention a word. Nice, Anthony. So I'm going to mention a word. You guys are going to put the word in the comments below. The word is not bird. Bird is not the word. And the word is also not word. You're going to put that word in the chat. That word in the chat is going to enter you into the giveaway for the top one account. I'm now going to dump all of the users into ChatGPT. It's going to make a list of everybody, and then ChatGPT is going to pick a winner at complete random. Everybody has equal chance of winning. It's completely random. You don't have to spam the chat with the word. One time will do. Yeah, you'll get another account, Victor, if you already have one. You'll get another account to trade. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, the word today, to enter yourself into, oh, guys, and be sure to head on over to the YouTube, please. And be sure to like the video. Let's do that real quick. Head on over to the YouTube, like the video so I can get the engagement, and they like my channel, and top one goes, oh, you have a great channel. I'm going to give you giveaways to give to your watchers. So that's kind of how it works. So drawdown's not the word today, not for me. Maybe last Tuesday that would have been the word. Tuesday last week. But, you know, I put really nice time between my bad days these days, guys. And that's what I expect for you. Right? To put some time between you and your mistakes and your bad days and have more good days. Okay, the word for today is going to be all-time highs. Right? We are back at all-time highs, baby. All-time highs in the markets. For all those bears out there that think we're going back down to COVID lows, all-time highs. We continue to push. This is America. America. We'll give you guys about 30 seconds to put that word in the chat. All-time highs is the word. All-time highs. Where is that guy? The words for today, Cap Daddy. The words The password is. The phrase for today is all-time highs. I'll give you guys another 45 seconds, which was an additional because I see you guys still posting stuff in the chat. So keep going. The phrase that pays. What's that from, Sonny? The phrase that pays. I know that's some type of corporate. Oh, okay. The phrase. I've definitely heard that. We're all aging ourselves because nobody listens to the radio anymore. Welcome to my middle-aged trading stream, everybody. It's all right. We prefer it that way. The kids can have their bros and their entertainment ridiculousness. This is a business. We're here to do business. All right, guys, 10 more seconds. All-time highs. Get into the chat. The doors are closing. I do listen to 90s on 9, David. 90s on 9, Lithium. I have XM radio in my car. Lithium, Pop Rocks. What else do I listen to? All right, guys, we're closing up the chat. This is it. Get it in. All-time highs. Yeah, I love Lithium. I'm a 90s kid. I was a teenager in the 90s. All right, can I get a drum roll, please? This is for YouTube and Discord, so I don't want anybody to feel left out. Everybody gets a chance. And here we go. Roman 999. Roman 999. You are the winner of a new top 1 account. Brrr, congratulations, Roman.
And gains for the S&P up 1%.
All you have to do, Roman, is DM me in the Discord, and I will happily get you all set up with that account. Congratulations. Happy Friday. All right, another good day. I agree with you, Bruce. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. Good way to end the week. For those of you who did not have a good day or a good week, this is where the learning takes place. I can tell you, I have not always been a great trader. It took a lot of time and it took a lot of work to get here, a lot of perseverance, a lot of bad days, a lot of bad weeks. So let me reassure you, that is a par for the course. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. Use it as an opportunity to learn, not just about trading, but about yourself, right? Emotional discipline is what separates successful traders from unsuccessful traders at the end of the day. All right, so let's act about it in a way that allows us to take this thing to the next level. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. We'll have Q&A on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join us for that in the private Discord. Oh, yeah, take pictures, Ali. I can't wait to see pictures from that. You, Mustafa, a bunch of others are joining for that. There's a UK meetup, guys. For anybody located in the United Kingdom, the Drysdale Trading Group is having a trader meetup in the United Kingdom. So I'd love to see pictures out of that event, guys. So please take lots of pictures. I will put it on social media. I'll put it on the socials. I think that's really exciting. So very proud of you guys for putting that together. Mustafa led the charge on that. So a special thank you to Mustafa for putting that together. I don't know if he's here or not. But either way. Mufasa. Yeah, Gareth, I remember you saying that. Maybe next time. Maybe you fly down to Florida for the conference. Oh, also, guys, don't forget, we have that conference coming up in May in Florida, in Tampa, Florida. Futures Boot Camp. Tickets, there's about 100 tickets for that, guys. There's about 70 left. All right, so don't wait too long to get your ticket if you really want to go. The event's likely going to sell out and sell out early. So that's going to be at VWAPWave.com/bootcamp. And that use the code Drysdale. For a percentage off. So don't sleep too long on your tickets. Awesome, Chad. Excited to meet everybody. It's going to be May 14th and 15th in Tampa, Florida. 2-day future seminar. We are anticipating some really cool special guests. I will be speaking there. I'll be one of the speakers talking about VWAP Wave. So I'd love to have anybody who can make it. And we definitely think it's going to sell out. We're also going to have a dinner, get everybody together for dinner one night out of our community. One of those nights that we're there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend. If you're going to keep trading, manage your risk, stay sharp. You can head on over to the private voice channels, communicate with others, share your mic, share your screens. But as always, manage your risk, stay sharp. And I'll see you guys on Monday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard sharp in the Discord. Eastern Standard Time sharp in the Discord, 10 a.m. on the delayed feed on YouTube. Have a great weekend, everybody.